Ah, yes, the camp collar shirts. Many of you tried it, but you still think you don't look good in them. Well, let me tell you something. It's true. And it's not your fault because there's just a ton of camp collars to choose from and it's all a matter of picking the right one for you. So here's just a few reasons why you look bad in them. You have a very narrow mindset about this garment and what it is. You're getting the wrong ones and you're just straight wearing them wrong. And there's much more. I do have to explain myself, but let me clarify something real quick. This isn't a video forcing you to dress a certain way, even though I just told you a bunch of mistakes that you're making. Just take that with a grain of salt. This is more so a video about accurately representing you and your personal style, and I'm just here to show you what has worked for me, what hasn't. Just stick around for a bit, you'll see. So let's start with, you have a very narrow mindset about this garment. Very accusatory, I know, but check me out. You gotta stop thinking about these pieces as a summer shirt because the context of summer fashion in general is that it's just not good. So subconsciously, that's going to affect how you style these pieces. These pieces aren't just something you wear on vacation, to a pool party, or a festival. I want you to instead think of these like a summer jacket rather than a summer shirt. It's kind of like working out versus training. Same thing, but two different mindsets. And like with any jacket for the fall and winter, let's say, you don't just get something that represents and feels like the season, right? You gotta find one that represents your style. Like you just wouldn't recommend every guy get a leather jacket to get their drip up, right? Right?
You can put that on pretty much anyone and they're gonna stand out and look like a badass. Right?
And that leads us to our next point. You're getting the wrong ones because there's just too many to choose from. So to figure that out, you gotta ask yourself a few questions. What's the vibe? Oversized, slim fit, or both? Do I like color? What other details do I like? And you gotta answer these yourself. Figure out what you like and don't just follow what influencers like me tell you what to wear. So first question, what's the vibe? Yep, we're going there. We're gonna make decisions off vibes and energy. This question really focuses on what your personal style is and also how you wanna express yourself for the day. Maybe your style is more mature. Maybe you like a more tactical utility look. Maybe your overall style is just casual. That should already take you pretty far, but another fashion tip you hear online is go cropped. What do I think of cropped? Spoiler alert, I don't really think it's all that. That's the leather jacket of fashion tips right now. And I'm 5'7". I'll tell you right now, it's not something you should prescribe to everyone. Now next, should you go slim fit, oversized, or both? It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a both type of guy. Now, do I like color? Also pretty self-explanatory. I would highly recommend trying it out because the cream, the white camp collar, it just gets boring. I still have those, but maybe just once a week, try out a different color, a different pattern. Just give yourself that nudge once a week. And the final question to ask yourself is, what extra details do I like? If you like texture and airflow, maybe the crochet camp collar is gonna be a good choice for you. Do you like embroidery? And like I said earlier, maybe a pattern or a graphic piece might be a good alternative for you. And if you're looking for some solid camp collar shirts, look no further than the ones from Quince, the sponsor of today's video. So Quince is quickly becoming one of my favorite brands for general menswear, and that is because of their values. But let's talk about those camp collar shirts. I'm wearing it right now. It is 100% linen and certified to ensure no hazardous substances are present. I can't believe that is a thing right now, but it is much appreciated. Now I have the deep olive and their navy camp collars, and you could just feel that quality construction. And of course, because it's linen, super light and breathable, and the fits that I've been getting with these, I'm telling you, man, you gotta pick one up. But as you can see, Quince in general, they have a lot of dope pieces. Like, check out their camel wool coats. It just makes you feel like a G the instant you throw it on. The fits, the construction, I love the color. I also have their suede trucker jacket in the espresso color, 100% genuine suede leather. Smells like it too. And they got 3 other colors that are kind of tempting to buy. It's got beautiful hardware and a timeless design that is just gonna age like fine wine. And then we have their rings. This one specifically is constructed with tungsten. I have their cigar ring right here. Both look dope, very affordable as well for the quality. I also have their quarter zip right here, which for the fall time, I cannot wait to rock. All of their pieces are easy to style in a traditional masculine menswear look, but also in a more casual street chic look. You got a lot of versatility with these pieces, but their values are something I can really appreciate. They are a direct to consumer brand, so basically from the factory to you and me, which is what makes these pieces a lot more affordable for the quality. Typical mainstream brands typically have a physical storefront, which just adds more to the cost. They also have to have a warehouse to house all of their garments, and there's a ton of other things behind the scenes that just add to the cost, but not with Quince. So because of that, quality stays premium, the cost is affordable. Coats like these typically run $500 plus for the quality. You can read more about them on their About Us page, but Quince, man, I'm telling you, fellas, You're missing out if you haven't tried these. I know it's a brand you probably haven't heard of. I really dig it. Their camp collars are solid. Thank you, Quince, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. So I just realized I filmed that last segment without glasses, so back on they go. But that leads us to our final point. You're just straight wearing them wrong. Like I said, I do have to explain myself. You really can't style these garments wrong. It's pretty hard to mess up a camp collar, but let's break it down. I'm gonna rapid fire a few common sense ones. Of course, you should wear jewelry to get the most out of these garments. Make sure your camp collar is steamed or ironed, and if it's a colored camp collar, I would avoid wearing colors unless you know what you're doing. That alone might take you pretty far, but we got some more, and that would be not wearing a belt. This is a personal mistake on my part. I would avoid wearing belts just because my skin is allergic to nickel-plated metals, and a lot of belts have that, and I get a crazy rash. But with a little bit of cortisone and tucking in your shirt, I can mitigate most of those issues. But yeah, the belts. Deliberately drawing a hard line on your outfit is a bold choice because it is intentional. Instead of, ooh, don't do that, you're gonna draw a hard line, you're gonna look shorter, you're not gonna maintain the illusion of looking taller. Stop caring about that. I'm telling you, shut up, just don't. You're worried about the wrong things. Typically, I like to do this with whatever underlayer I have on. And then you got the hard line with the metal and the different textures. Plus, if you're wearing higher waisted pants, you're still following that rule of thirds guideline, even if your camp collar is a little bit longer. Okay, so now that you got your belts and you're drawing that hard line, how about tucking the camp collar shirt itself? This is something I don't see as many guys do. You're already drawing a line on your outfits. You might as well embrace it by tucking in that camp collar. I personally only tuck in the front because from a side profile, you got this drapey, sloped look, and I think that looks pretty cool. Another obvious one, wearing a tank top. All you really need is white or black. It has a nice contrast. You can go fully unbuttoned. You can button it partially, especially with the white just peeking out a little bit. It looks really good. And another thing would be working out or just getting leaner in general. This is something I've recommended from the very beginning of my channel because you're wearing a short sleeve, possibly a tank top. You want your upper chest showing a little bit. If you got some more upper pec fibers, you'll see that. If you're leaner, you'll get some more vascularity. It just looks better in my opinion. Not a requirement though. And I got a few more, but one of the most important tips is that bottoms are everything. This applies to fashion in general. Leg wear has the most impact on your outfit by far. So if something isn't working for you, try on some new bottoms. If wide fit doesn't look good on you, maybe try some slim fit or flared fit. And seriously, pick a camp collar, try it on with every single pair of pants you got in your wardrobe, trousers, cargo pants, shorts as well. Personally, I found that wider fitting trousers and flared trousers look the best with these camp collar shirts. And when it comes to shorts, I really like a little bit longer shorts that go past the knee, Bermuda shorts. I also like these carpenter shorts. And the next tip, which I had talked about earlier, but we're gonna expand on it, treat your camp collars like a summer jacket. And don't treat them as just another summer dressy shirt. This is also another mistake I made. I used to think these are only pieces you wear on summer dates. You know, hair done, smart trousers, white sneakers, or boots. Of course, that looks great, but you're just scratching the surface on what camp collars can do. The doors open up when you treat it like a jacket. You can layer it, like I said earlier, tank top, regular shirt. You can try wearing cargo pants, denim jeans, and most importantly, it opens up the door to accessories. So you can throw on headwear. In fact, I highly recommend it. Of course, I think sunglasses and camp collars go perfect together, but you can also try on some tinted frames and keep them on. Someone's really feeling Drake out there. And also, you can throw on a sling bag, something you can't do with a regular dress shirt. And the final tip I got is to go monochrome. I don't know what it is about these garments, but when you go monochrome or sticking to one color, it just looks even better and intentional. And when you combine all these fashion tips and add it together, you can go from something that is, you know, a vacation festival type of fit to something with some sauce. You know what I'm saying? There you go, fellas. I hope that helps. Listen, me and YouTube have been talking and we think you're gonna like this video right here. Subscribe to the channel so I can feed my family, and until then, deuces.